YouTube, what the crap is going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Octavian's Rome campaign, where we are actually quite near to victory, which is pretty exciting. It's been a pretty fun campaign, and I'm... Is it just me, or is like there no music? I guess it'll have to just start up here in a second. Anyway, so yeah, back in the Octavian's Rome campaign, Octavian is getting near C-Day, and again, I want to just make sure I understand where my victory conditions are at. So, need more naval units, and 2 more provinces, essentially. So it might be fun just to kind of hold the provinces I have, and just take Octavian and blast through to Antioch and see if we can get a bigger fight somewhere from the enemies, since we are pretty much all the way there. Let's go ahead and end the turn and see what, if anything, happens here. Alright, I think the music's finally going to kick in now. For whatever reason, it wasn't playing when we started. Still no counterattack. Like, this whole time, Anthony's Rome has just been pitiful when it comes to defenses. I have no idea where their armies are, if they had any. I honestly haven't really run into any of Anthony's armies. They put up a very pitiful resistance. It's funny how they keep declaring war on me and then paying me for peace. So as long as the payments keep coming, I guess I'm okay with this scenario. Alright. And now we're just getting huge sums of money as well for having completed different missions. And we'll go ahead and spend some of that money here in a moment. Let's take Octavian, and we're just going to... No, we can't march around the city. You gotta be kidding me. It blocks our way, essentially. Really want to get down to Antioch, though. So I'll see if there's any way for me to march past these cities, or if there is no way to march past them. If so, maybe I can just blast through one of them in order to get to Antioch, because I only think that I'd have to capture one of them. But I do want Octavian to make the last blows on our enemies, and let's go ahead, not that it makes a huge amount of difference, but maybe start dropping some upgrades here that need to happen, or I say need to happen, that could happen. Don't see any reason why not. Drop some of these more expensive ones. And it will pretty quickly use up all my money doing stuff of this sort. But I want to look for potentially the best ones, like this kind of stuff that pays off. Just in case the campaign goes on longer, I'm spending my money on things that are going to have the biggest impact on my economy. Don't see a whole lot of anything in that province that really concerns me. Got the highest level jeweler there that I can build right now. I wouldn't say it's the highest level, but there we go. Yeah, we're gonna start dropping in some of these buildings to just give us some more income. Oh wait, let's go back here. Drop in a jeweler there. We can expand here. Yeah, I got lots of money flowing into this at this point. Don't even really know if we need any farms at this point. Probably not, so just steer clear of them for the moment. What is this? Murex snail farm? Snails. I didn't know snails were a commodity. That's pretty cool. But apparently I'm now mining snails. For those of you who are interested in trading, high quality snails. Certainly not the kind that are going to be unfresh and give you lots of dysentery. Not those type of snails, of course. You can always expect quality goods from Patchy, who is a quality character all around, who never does anything questionable whatsoever. So yes, no worries, ever. Ever. Sarcasm intended. Alright, Germania Minor, Galatia. Yeah, there we go. So we've managed to spend pretty much all the money that we need to. Again, not even sure that those buildings will have a chance to finish, but they might. A couple of agents that we might as well go ahead and level up. So let's do that there. And this general, or this, so I've already got strength for the veteran. That's pretty cool. Maybe campaign movement range. Let's take a look at this army real quick. They have a thrashed mercenary Campanian cav that I'd like to keep, but there's probably honestly not a whole lot of sense in keeping at the moment. And I've got all these Velataves that aren't going to do me a lot of good. Let's see what mercenaries we can bring on here. Mercenary Numidian or Egyptian infantry. That's not going to do me a lot of good. Yeah, there's not going to be anything good that I can recruit here. Let's just pick up those 2 elephants and go do an attack here. This ought to be kind of interesting. So we'll go and hire some mercenaries. It's going to take a bunch of money, but it'll be okay. And looks like Numidia is already besieging Alexandria. That's hilarious. I'll go ahead and march past it on my way to get to Memphis. Not Memphis, Tennessee. My men are not going for blues and barbecue. Unfortunately, not at this time. Let's see. I do have some navies. These guys are blockaded here. And it's not giving me the chances that I want on the auto-resolve, but at least that'll keep those guys blockaded. Let's go ahead and end this turn. Antony's Rome, any fight left in you? Any armies? Nope, no takers. Egypt wants a peace treaty.
War can end today,
I'll counteroffer that.
as they are, not as you wish.
Break your client state treaty with Antony's Rome. Well, not interested, no deal. Numidia is going to wipe the floor with you, which I don't really understand how it's possible since they're mostly just rolling with levy spears. So you must have been doing some pretty terrible management to allow such a thing to happen. It's like the Gaiatuli still trying to give me some crap. And then the Numidians are going to attack the Egyptians at Alexandria, and this is actually going to give me one more... fighting this is going to be completely pointless because there's just really no Egyptians here for me to kill. Unfortunately. I wish that it were so, but it is not. But I bet you they still killed most of my elephants. Of course they did. Of course they did. Because it makes sense that every army would automatically send its elephants forward to the front. No, the auto-resolve just does it. I think it's something to do with the numbers that makes it kind of screwy. And I'm now completing missions like crazy. Absolutely insane pace, in fact. And I'll bet you my victory conditions... Yeah, it is 99, so that one... If I don't conquer something soon, then Numidia is going to do it for me, unfortunately. Which isn't really my idea of what I would like to do, and I really can't get around any of these provinces, so unfortunately it looks like we're going to have somewhat anticlimactic ending here. But I do still have to build the navy, so what we could do is just make sure that my navy numbers don't topple over 60 until I'm ready to go hit Antioch and we can do something fun. So that's what we'll do, just to try and make the ending less anticlimactic, since Antony's Rome is completely nincompoopishly incompetent here. So I guess that's just what we're going to have to deal with. Though, just again, in case, like maybe Numidia turns on me or something here at the last second, should be important for me to go through and again, just take care of buildings and stuff where necessary. That's going to give me way more public order when that's complete. And then that mine, though, is going to knock out some of that public order, that's for sure. But that's okay. I don't think it's really going to hurt anything. Overall, I doubt we're going to topple Rome when it comes to public order issues. We should be safe. So let's throw down those buildings. And I don't want to build the circus. That's just going to be a ton of money. Probably not the best return, really, for me right now. Public order is looking good here, so I don't see any issue with upgrading all of these buildings in here. And again, we'll just start dropping money. Well, I suppose we could go ahead and build this. Why not? It'll just make sure that I can build all of this crap and not worry about screwing up my public order. Don't need to build the barracks there though, so I guess I'm just spending money to spend it at this point. So let's see. I'm not going to get very far into my provinces, but that's okay. We can do this one at a time. Starting to run out of money for the upgrades. Not a ton of public order here, actually. So I probably won't extend myself too far until we get that other building completed. We might still be converting some culture here. Looks like I got a veteran that needs to be moved back up into the action. I can hear little air in there crying. I guess he's not real happy that he's about to get put in the bath. Probably woke up too early from his nap or something would be my guess. Yeah, we're converting this from Balkan culture here, so I'm going to drop both those guys down into agent mode. Move here. And then my poor elephants. Now forced to retrain. But I mean, surely you can retrain elephants in this province with relative ease. We would think, at least. So, yep. Not a whole lot else that I'm going to be able to do for now. Let's go ahead and end another turn. So with Octavian, we'll slap down the resistance at Mazaka and then head straight forward to Antioch and see if we can get an interesting siege battle, potentially. Maybe some enemies will finally come confront me. We'll see. The Egyptians can muster a single unit to come in and do some looting. My enemies are truly in a poor position at this point, when this is the best that they have to offer. And it looks like the Celtiberian Confederation is going to march forward against the Gaetuli. Alright, so man, my elephant's still recuperating quite slow, which is unfortunate. Probably should have just disbanded them and they might have become available again. So it looks like some units, some enemy agents around for Octavian, but that's apparently all that he can muster because their Galatians are going to have 0 resistance basically at Mazaka. In fact, I think only killing maybe 2 or well, no, okay, maybe a handful of my men.
Ready for orders.
So Octavian pushing on forward like a boss. Alright, just gonna upgrade some of these structures here. And Octavian's men actually can get an armor boost here. I hope I have enough money to do everybody here. I do. Fantabulous. So as if my men weren't strong enough, now they got an armor and attack boost anyway. So Praetorian Guard with 89 attack and 110 base morale. Oh, that is brilliant. Have I told you all that I really like that? I very much approve of it. And I don't suppose that it would hurt me to conquer even more provinces, but I mean, I don't really even need to at this point. Octavian's leveled up. He doesn't have a whole particularly large amount of skills yet. Replenishment rate and ammunition for all units. Don't really have gravitas. What's this one do? Building construction. Cunning. Melee defense skill. There we go. We'll go with zeal. We'll make a very zealous Octavian. No doubt Antioch is going to fall pretty hard with that many elite troops in my army. Again, let's see. Just agents so far from Antony's Rome, which I do need to get my agents up and go ahead and deal with those guys just in case they start giving me the business. But so far they've been completely inadequate at accomplishing anything of the sort. Numidia's still doing great. They've actually become a fantastic little ally here.
Honorable enemies, we will be
Pontus wants to declare war again. I'm not going to call my allies to help just to make sure no one can turn their back on me. And it looks like Armenia refused to join. So Pontus is just going to go running off into my lands. Gaetuli getting beat down by the Celtiberian Confederation. Badly at that, and it looks like I have the opportunity to help them here. So whatever results in the Gaetuli fleet heading to the bottom of the sea, I can totally get behind that. That might be the end of the Gaetuli. Let's see. Yep, Gaetuli are gone, and that Pontic army is just trying to bypass me at the moment. Do have a spy, and I'll try and chase them. But these guys are going to get considerably torn up in this weather. And let's see, Grinev is going to have an Evocati cohort, a Legionary cohort, and a couple of levies. Don't know if I can have any more armies. Yes, I absolutely can. So what I'll do is just go ahead and raise a force up here. Just raise an army real quick. So now I'll have another Evocati cohort.
We hunger.
And I can probably hire up a couple. Well, I can do some recruiting as well. I'll just slap another couple of units in here, and then for the end of this turn, just in case the Pontic troops come, let's see, mercenary Sarmatian lancers, mercenary armored lancers. Don't need anything fancy. Just a couple of horse units to ride down any skirmishers that they might decide to bring. That'll work right there. All right. So I can easily defend my lands up there against anything Pontus thinks they can do. And notice that I said thinks that they can do. Alright, we can siege Antioch, and Antioch has a fairly considerable defense. Might be kind of fun to see if I can siege them down a little. I don't know if they'll come out on open ground against me or not. Let's go ahead and... Well, actually, if we night attack... It's not going to cut out any other forces if we night attack. That's okay. Let's go ahead and build some ladders. And then just continue the siege and see if we can get these guys to come out. And in the meantime, let's take this army. So again, if we go look at the victory conditions, I still have to finish building a fleet. So I need 13 more naval units in order to hit ultimate victory, and I don't even have that many selected here, so we should be safe to go ahead and just take a couple more of these settlements and get my troops down to where they can support Octavian. The auto-resolve's really giving me the business here. Take a balanced stance. It's because there actually was an enemy Roman army there. Not anymore, but there was. So let's see. And here we go. Just start converting some of these structures. Don't need this one. Alright. And this army can move up to Iconium. These armies can go ahead and start moving up. No sense to be camping back here doing nothing. Let's actually attack Rhodes with this fleet. I'm going to blockade them for a few turns. And then we could go ahead and go attack Pontus up here with one of these armies as well. So let's get in position to go push against Pontus. And then, in fact, we should send this army over here against Pontus as well. I've got other troops coming to reinforce Octavian. I do have an agent here and another here. So let's see if we can work on some of Antony's agents here. Do some poisoning. Let's send this agent up here with this army. Might be of some use there since I don't have any agents in that direction. Yep. This ought to be good. I'll go ahead and siege Antioch on the next turn. Or actually, you know what might be fun? The most fun, actually. To make sure Antioch gets a proper assault would be to actually... to leave the blockade here and actually just go ahead and sail on over to Antioch. I can't... Well, I can only attack Rhodes now because I'm stuck within their zone of influence there, I think. Of course, we could always just bring one of these armies down to deal with them. Alright, yeah, well, either way, not going to be a big deal. Let's go ahead and take a look at our provinces real quick. I've already taken care of these. First, let's just make sure, because I have destroyed some buildings. Let's make sure that I'm not going to get any slums here at the last second to cause me a bunch of grief. And then I'll just go start picking a province each turn and dumping my money in that province to upgrade the buildings. Because there's not really a whole lot else for me to do with my money at this point. Okay. Yep, that's pretty much what we're left with the option of doing. And I'll go ahead and do it here. There we go. And I have just a smidge left over, so... Little heir is definitely looking particularly cute every time he gets out of the path. He's starting to teeth now, which is chew on everything like you're a puppy kind of phase that he's going through. It's kind of interesting. Kind of makes you think whenever you look back on it and realize that you were that small once. Whenever you have a kid, it's kind of an interesting feeling, realizing that someone carried you around all the time and had to take care of you, and definitely an interesting feeling. Yeah, interesting in a good way. Hopefully I'm not making that sound like it's a bad thing. All right. Pontus already wants a peace treaty and they're offering me a huge sum of money.
The right spirit of comradeship and respect.
Okay, I'll give you a peace treaty and steal your money all at the same time. That's hilarious. Oh, Pontus, when will you learn? So that gives me a nice little sum of money. And let's see if we can get this fleet out of here or not. Yeah, we can. And I would really like to use this fleet. I don't know, we can't. Yeah, because we're in the zone of influence. We kind of have to take out Rhodes. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Fleet reporting.
So Rhodes will be in my control. Auxiliary Rhodian Slingers, that's pretty cool. We don't need two of these things. I'll use the one that's... not that I'm even going to get a chance to use it, to be honest, but I guess we don't really have to wait on a fleet here. We could just go ahead and besiege these guys. Alright, baby. It's all or nothing, Octavian. Well, I don't know, man. That's a lot of first cohorts. And I am forgetting about the difficulty settings. Will I actually ever siege them out? Like, will they have to surrender? No, not until like 9 turns later. We will need to wait on the fleet if we want to do this right, so let's do it right. I mean, I know it's the last attack, but let's do it right. We'll pull back off of Antioch momentarily, sit inside our own territory, retrain my troops, and then we'll just get ready to push forward with these other armies. So, no stance. We can upgrade all these troops. Destroy this crappy army that's in my way. This is the best fight that Antony's Rome has put up so far, and I can't say that it was a particularly good one.
Commander, on the move. At your command. Advance.
Okay.
How may I serve you?
I'll go ahead and just put these armies on the border with Pontus, even though I don't really have to take any action against them at the moment. Let's move our spies down, and I'm not going to poison the garrison. That would be a really easy way for me to put some serious hurt on Antioch, but I'll avoid the easy way out here, even though it's very tempting, I must admit. Just going to put some research in there again because we're towards the end and it doesn't much matter. And let's see.
At your command.
Okay. I think we've pretty well
Commander.
managed to keep everything in control here. Numidia's already taken Memphis. Numidia has just raffle stomped Egypt out of existence, basically. That is hilarious, man. Numidia just rolled those guys. You know what's interesting? I've never honestly fought a battle against Judea. It makes me wonder what their faction is like.
Advance.
So let's move over there and oh look, yeah, sweet. Octavian's got an Antony's Rome actually has an army there. This will definitely be fun. All right. Oh man, I forgot I need to run through my provinces real quick. Yeah, I think the only one where I have a building that I haven't completed is here though. So honestly, not gonna be a big deal to even spend this money. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I guess if I get a slum at this point, it probably wouldn't kill me, and I'll just fix it then. Anybody want to guess whether or not Pontus is going to declare war on me again? That'll be interesting to see. How much more money they're going to fork over to me needlessly in order to stay alive. Antony's Rome must be doing something with their agents. Yep. They're going to go after Octavian. It would be a poor shame if they wounded him. Nope. Enemy agent got killed assaulting Octavian. Here comes another enemy agent. See if they suffer the same fate. No, he actually succeeds in doing something to Octavian's army. Ah, here comes a big ol'... They just marched past me. Are you kidding? How did they march right through Octavian? It must have been the agent allowed them to march straight through me. Well, I can't do anything about this army, but I'm certainly going to be happy to turn around and kill them on the very next turn. I'm glad that Antony's Rome finally decided to fight, actually. It'd potentially make this more interesting. And that's a pretty decent army. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's probably one of their better ones that I've seen. Alright, so I guess that was Antony's Rome's last
I
huzzah.
offer peace as I would throw a rope to a drowning man. Well,
Don't
you
really
wish
see
to
what the
clam
point of that is. You don't really have anything to offer other than your lives, which you didn't offer. Let's see, man, Numidia is just going to town. That is really pretty cool. It's good that they're expanding, though, because I expanded a lot, and it makes them dislike me for being so expansive, so it's nice to see them. Enemy wounded, blackmail. Trying to smear Cinna's good name, and I'm going to have to spend all my money stopping it, because the balance right now is quite nice. I don't want to allow that balance to change and possibly risk a civil war here at the last second. Let's try and get rid of some of these enemy agents. 51, 52. Not a real good chance of taking down that patrician. But hey, whatever. Good enough.
I will end.
Alright.
I have seen
And Octavian can only move half of his distance, but it's enough to get back to these troops over here. And let's give these guys a fantastic slaying. They're going to sally out to meet me on the open battlefield, which I think is a mistake. I'm going to leave my Praetorian Guard in the center, presumably to face off against the enemy Eagle cohorts. So let's get our deployment rolling here. These Etruscan hoplites, having taken a buff, these guys are actually going to be very powerful units for their price. Actually, let's run them on one of my flanks, and I'll just run the gladiator spears on my other flank. And let's flank my Praetorians with armored legionaries on both sides.
Gladiators ready.
Gladiator spearmen are good to go. Etruscan hoplites are good to go.
By your command.
And my Praetorian Cab is ready to rock and roll too. These guys have some pretty sick stats right now. Octavian now actually has a few different abilities. Second Wind, the Fear, Intimidate, Warcry Group. He's actually got some good abilities now. And his bodyguard has some excellent chevronage going on there as well. So, looks like the enemy Romans are going to take up a position here on the hill. I'm going to fast forward as I move over to them, because this will just be a lot of waste. They deployed some fireballs, but it doesn't look like they're going to use them. They have some caltrops up here. Looks like some spike traps over here as well, though I don't see those being too potentially damaging as long as I steer clear of the caltrops. Like, yeah, I see some spike traps. Unless that's just the map. Nah, they can't have deployed that many spike traps. Yeah, it's just the map. Okay. Apparently Air's just seeing things, folks. It's okay. I'm gonna come from this direction over here. I wonder if the AI still suffers from the same mentality that it did on Rome 1, where you can basically just start outflanking them up a hill like this, and they'll just move and then give you the hill. So let's see if that's still the case. This will be fun. Because when they play defensively, they tend to just let you move positionally, and then they just allow you to gain the potential position that you want. Wow, they already killed 5 Praetorian Cav with like a single volley of Thracian Cav. That's brutal. 8 of them, actually. Dat very hard difficulty, folks. Well, it doesn't look like the AI is going to just... Well, I don't know what they're doing, but they're not reacting well. Let's make sure we keep Octavian away from any Caltrops. I'm going to push back these skirmisher cav with my hoplites. Don't expect that those Thracian cav are going to cause a great deal of damage. Apparently the enemy is going to let me just completely surround them here. Okay, time to start throwing my guys into the fight here. AI looks like it's going to kind of engage me piecemeal over here. I'm just going to go ahead and bring all my Praetorian cav up the hill. And let's get Octavian up the hill over here as well. Move these hoplites around for some outflanking.
Our general has sustained a terrible injury.
Really?
But he will live.
Ah, there was Caltrops over here? Wow, I killed Octavian on a Caltrop. How fitting. Wow, man, those mercenary Thracian cav just sitting here mowing down my whole infantry unit. Tell you what, put them in your hands, they're not worth much. Put them in the hands of the very hard AI, and their punishment goes a long way. Okay, a whole bunch of enemy troops over here. I had no idea there was Caltrops over here. That completely caught me off guard. Yeah, there they are. Just very well camouflaged. I didn't know they came over that far. I bet some of you are going to be either face-palming or laughing at this one way or the other. Personally, I'm laughing at it, so I hope you can have fun with it as well. But some of you take it pretty seriously when I screw up. Let's see. Just going to ignore all those enemy skirmishers that are running around back there. I'm getting chased by a bunch of plebs and stuff over here. Really just need to get these Praetorian cav over here. Yeah, it looks like the enemy troops in this vicinity are getting effectively beat down. Just want to get to all these skirmishers over here because they're going to be absolutely destroying my men at the moment. Yeah, I mean, you can see my gladiators are just completely wrecked from all the skirmishers that were over there. So I'm going to go repay the favor real quick. And they'll no doubt kill a bunch of my Praetorian cav as well. Let's go ahead and move these guys up. What's left of Octavian's bodyguard will be moving forward at this point. I'm not going to let those mercenary Arabian spearmen get to me. I'll go ahead and come back up the hill. These Praetorian cavalry are actually getting absolutely shredded by this mercenary camel archer. And we're going to need to get out of here, actually, because that unit will actually get killed entirely. Because that camel archer's got plenty of ammunition. Alright, let's try and get away from the camel archer here. Good thing about camel archers is that they can't chase you, or they can't fire while you're chasing them, I should say.
The battle is turning in our favor.
So let's take one Praetorian cav, spread it out wide, and just go chase the camel archers. I want to see some of these Praetorian cavalry up close. Not going to be much of a challenge here charging these guys down. Just some mercenary javelin men, it looks like.
The men are wavering.
Getting hung up there. I've got some gladiator spearmen that are wavering on what's left of some of the enemy units here, but nothing to be really concerned over. Those camel archers are actually getting an annoying number of kills. But I can now chase them off, and there's very little role that they're going to play in this battle.
Our men flee the
Might
field
even
of
catch the
battle.
camel archers. They're not usually particularly fast. Yeah, see, they can't fire back over their shoulder. Anyway, we'll go ahead and end this battle. Pretty darn ugly, getting Octavian wounded on the battlefield. Absolutely genius. I can't believe I managed to actually take care of him the whole campaign and then get him wounded right there at the very end. But that's okay. We'll let Octavian come back to health, and we'll still give him his chance to finish the campaign strong, even though Patchy ran him up on a Caltrop to prove that the ultimate power in Rome is not Octavian, but indeed it is Patchtavian, his evil, wicked step-cousin, twice removed. So, go ahead there. So, Octavian has been injured, and I assume that he'll come back after a couple of turns. At least it would appear. It doesn't even show him as injured up here. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Again, no gigantic worry, really, at least not on my part. Let's go ahead and move our fleet over from Rhodes to Side. I'm just going to make sure that I don't have any slums coming. Yep, I was about to have some. And then we'll just make sure these low-tier buildings get some type of upgrade. Check for any last little bit of slums. Nope, looks like we're good. I have an upgrade that I can divvy out to the First Legion. I guess the upgrade is telling them how talented they are for getting Octavian wounded. Whatever, who am I kidding? That's my talent. I got Octavian wounded, not them. Auto-resolve. Die, you scumbags. Okay. So now we are properly positioned to absolutely destroy Antioch, which is probably one of Antony's last strongholds. At least I'm guessing so. That little stunt of his to go behind my lines didn't exactly end up working out. Looks like he's going to send a small fleet to go try and attempt the same nonsense. I can take my giant raiding Hemolia fleet and chase after him as well. And then as soon as we capture Antioch, really all we need to do is... The Galatians have an army? Since when? Had no idea. Well, we'll have to destroy them as well. If it's anything like the last Galatian army I ran into, they're mostly just a whole bunch of Levy spearmen. So, not really expecting big things from them. It says Octavian's wounded. But I never had to remove him from the army. He's still right here. Huh. Says he's wounded, but seems pretty alive to me. We just need to wait a turn to let his men replenish some. Take our spies up and just kind of scout out. See if we're going to be running into any more enemy armies. This fleet has done a considerable amount of retraining. So looks like we are in position to hit Antioch hard with all of our forces. And honestly, I'm just going to... Let's see, how many more naval units do I need? In total, just 6. So, yeah, like one turn of recruiting some naval units and we'll be able to hit the victory condition. Let's go out here and see if we can ever catch up with Octavian's little ragtag, or Antony's little ragtag. I always call him Octavian. I guess I feel like I'm my own enemy here. I guess. Don't know what the deal is. Jeez, man. Income shot up pretty hard there. Probably all those buildings and stuff maybe starting to come to fruition. Oh, Antioch is going to get pounded.
A simple tribute is all that is expected and needed.
The Blemmies want to join the war against Egypt? I can't say that I really care or need your help. Oh, I didn't do anything about that Galatian army either, but apparently they didn't attack me, so they may just be raiding or something. We'll go see. Pontus. Pontus is like, we really want to attack you, but we really don't want to attack you. They don't really seem to know what they want there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and blockade Antioch, whose defenses are now actually, unfortunately, considerably less. But I don't see that we're really going to get any more fight than this out of anyone else. So, and I think a night attack would just mean that my fleet can't join. That's correct. So let's continue the siege for a moment, and this is going to be Octavian's triumph here, I guess, in destroying Antioch. And I'm going to go ahead and start training a few more ships too, so that basically on the next turn we can finish this up.
Ships to port. We need good, strong men.
There we go. So I'll have enough naval units on the next turn, and I have enough provinces. So now it is time to... Oh, hang on. Let's continue the siege. What kind of mercs are available? Oh, yeah, armored elephants. So let's get rid of this armored legionary that's a little bit damaged, and this Praetorian cav that's a little bit damaged. And we're going to pick up both of those armored elephants. Oh, yeah. Oh, we should get rid of these gladiator spearmen, too. Those guys aren't going to do me a whole lot of good, so let's get rid of them. And go back into the mercenary screen and pick up a couple of these Syrian archers. There we go. Now Octavian's got a proper set of auxiliary units here, and we're going to fight this. And again, gonna be a fairly easy battle for Octavian to manage, but hey, it'll be fun. I wonder if I should make some of my men burn down the gates just for the sake of... I think we should. That's a fair idea. In fact, I'm almost certain we should. Alright, so let's start the deployment. Yeah, that way my elephants can get in, and I can kill a bunch of their men with my elephants rather than using the ladders. Let's go ahead and just drop the ladders, and I'll force my mercenary Etruscans, who were so bold and followed me all this way, and then I'll force them to their death, burning a gate. Patchy is seriously cruel. I don't think we're going to have to worry about any Caltrops this time, Octavian, but you might want to watch your step when given an order by Patchy. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to move up all these hopotes and just start burning the gates. They are gates with oil, by the way, so some of my men are going to have to suffer a boiling, painful death.
Reinforcements have arrived.
And let's see. I don't really know that we need to do anything with this fleet, but yeah, why the heck not? Oh, they've got some Roman Bastion Scorpion back here. Bastion Onager, that could actually be pretty dangerous. Might have to use my artillery ships to get rid of that if I intend to use my guys. And let's take a look at Antioch here. Pretty cool looking city, actually. Protected on this side by Impassable Hill, I guess. So yeah, I do expect my hopotes are going to be taking some pretty nasty fire from the units up on the walls. But these guys are pretty well armored.
Advance at speed.
Just send my guys forward here. Yep, they are getting absolutely spanked by all this missile fire. But I consider them expendable at this point, so... Who burns a gate anymore anyway? Air does, that's who. And when Octavian wants things to go down in glory, I mean, like, he really needs to use his elephants, so... If that means a lot of men die for absolutely no other purpose than allowing me to use my elephants, then I promise you that's what's going to happen right here. Plus, this will absorb all the javelins from the Velites and other units there. What is this one? Another, probably a Scorpion. Or no, that's not a Bastion unit. Just right here, there's a Bastion Scorpion.
The men are wavering.
Let's go ahead and take my Armored Legionaries, bring them up. They'll be the next sacrifice for Patchy's cause. Hope you elephants know how important you are here. All these men sacrificing their lives just for you to entertain my viewers.
An entire unit has perished.
Indeed they have. So the gatehouse is 45% burned. Do you all miss this? All the torches against the iron gates. Do you remember those days, folks? I'm bringing it back.
Double time. Quick march. At the double. Advance at speed.
Okay, I'll keep my Praetorian Guard in reserve too. Got those guys there marching forward in Testudo. That's pretty cool looking. That is one well-armored Testudo. Syrian armored elephants, extremely cool looking units. Probably the coolest looking unit in the game, in my opinion.
Romans ready for duty.
I'm gonna put all these guys into Testudo, except for one.
Orders understood.
We'll bring them up to help
Advance at
continue
speed.
burning the gates. Up to 61% damage now.
Archers.
And I'm just going to use my archers to see if we can burn that Bastion Scorpion. Might be able to light it on fire. Not going to have the best shot from back here, but we'll see if I get lucky.
Melee troops.
Look at this fighting down to the last man here, and these mercenary Etruscan hoplites. He's like, I didn't come all the way from Samnium to give up whenever everybody else in my unit was dead. Now my armored legionary's taking severe fire from these Scorpion towers. I don't think we're going to be able to successfully light that Scorpion on fire unless we just get a really lucky shot.
Care about courage. Awaiting
Whoa,
orders.
what's this?
As you wish.
Some kind of enemy skirmish unit up here, a levy unit. Must be coming in from sea. Yeah, they've got some units coming in from the sea. Got some legionaries. Well, I know how to deal with them.
Elephants at the ready.
Since they've brought their levies so kindly forward to die to my auxiliary Syrians, I'll go ahead and bring my elephants up to oblige the death of their incoming legionaries. Their levies are doing exceedingly well against my mercenary Syrians, even though it's point-blank range. Yeah, their levies have killed about half of my archers in total. Again, all these guys are pretty sacrificial by this point, so the gatehouse
The
is
enemy's gates
destroyed.
have been destroyed.
So let's go through and get rid of the boiling oil with some sacrificial victims here. Enjoy it, men. Courtesy Apache. Remember who your commander is. He loves you. Alright. And now the armored elephants can begin their slaughtering of these poor legionaries. Well, I wouldn't say they're poor.
Unit has
More like
perished.
dead legionaries. So yeah, those legionaries are going to get absolutely destroyed. And we're taking the gatehouse
Legionaries.
away
As you
from
command.
the enemy here. Some of these mercenary Etruscan hoplites still amazingly alive.
Your orders.
And in order to force them off the wall where I can elephant stomp them, I'm just going to start running men towards the capture point, and I'll just ignore the Romans. So yeah, you will come down from the walls, and you will be stomped by elephants. Apache demands this of you. Alright, again Octavian, be very, very careful of any potential...
Sons of Mars.
Oh, yeah, just ignore these guys. Yeah, just run. I just want to draw them away from the walls so my elephants can get in. Yeah, I'm just going to force my men through to make room for the elephants to get through the gates.
Armored elephants.
Oh yeah, these guys are definitely about to get elephant stomped. This is one of those situations where, yeah, it's gonna get ugly. Look how easily these Syrian elephants can just push through all this massive men. Just start stomping on all these enemy legionaries. I don't think these Velites have any ammo left. They do not. They've got their daggers out. Still want to keep trying to force my elephants forward, so I'm just going to keep spamming attack orders. Yeah, the enemy legionaries are dying pretty quickly. I'll go to this first capture point here.
Elephants ready for battle.
There we go. Still trying to get my elephants through this gap. And it looks like they are getting there. I need to take my own men off fire at will. So let's get all my infantry and take them off fire at will so I don't potentially shoot my own elephants.
Armored elephants.
Alright. Do we need a selfie of...
Legatus!
I think we do. I think we need an Octavian selfie in front of the burnt gates.
Armored elephants! For honor!
So my armored elephants definitely racking up the kills here against these enemy legionaries, who don't seem to be phased by all of this destruction.
At the ready!
But they will die.
Forward!
Okay. I think it is time for Octavian's gratuitous selfie. The lighting's not quite right.
Legatus!
There's not very good lighting here. Come out here where we can get better light for the photo.
Advance!
Alright.
Elephants!
Do you all enjoy how I end these campaigns, or is it just annoying?
Charge! For glory!
I'm gonna see if I can just pull my elephants out of this fight.
Wish!
Alright, so now we should have
They will not survive!
appropriate lighting, so I'll see if we can use this. I mean, the sun is coming from the opposite direction, so we're just gonna have to deal with it.
With more about them than you.
I can lighten it up in a little bit of video editing, so come on, Octavian, strike a pose.
Wine for the man who kills a standard bearer!
Okay, whatever. Octavian's not being very cooperative. My elephants are now free to roam, so no pun intended. Some of the enemy units are actually still alive up in here.
Glory!
That's no big deal.
Mars! Orders understood!
Alright,
Elephants at the ready!
I'm just going to let my elephants, well actually, I'm going to fast forward for a minute. I'm going to let them rest. And then I'm sure there's some Roman units left over here at the victory point. They usually protect it. And then I'll just use my elephants to ROFL stomp what's left of Anthony's pathetic pukish defenses. But I definitely want to get my elephants rested so they can give these guys an appropriate stomping. Well, at least, you know, one would think. Yep, there they are. So what do we got? Some veteran legionaries?
We have captured the gates!
Alright, fantastic. I think Octavian should probably come observe. Hopefully I don't get him killed by something along the way. And let's see, my elephant's still resting. I mean, when you're wearing that much armor, and you're doing this much stomping, and looking this absolutely cool, then it does tend to make you tired. Alright. So, let's see. Octavian's now here to witness the destruction. Actually, whoops. Maybe one more selfie. Maybe this one will be better, because we get the sun from the right direction. Let's get a picture of Octavian's unit right here in front of the armored elephants. What'd be funny is if I was like sitting here taking that picture and that veteran legionary unit comes forward and throws a bunch of pillow right in his eye. Oh yeah, that'll work, Octavian. Looking good there. Aw. Man, I should have captured that, but hey, that'll work. There we go. Maybe that'll be a better campaign ending selfie there. Alright, so now that I've gotten the proper campaign selfies, now we can give these guys the appropriate ROFL stomp. So, and I will go into cinematic mode for you to view that. They will get a javelin toss off. It's hard to say whether or not it'll actually run my min amok, but at this point I don't think it's going to make a whole heck of a lot of difference. As you can imagine, these veteran legionaries probably not feeling too good about their chances.
One of our units has gone berserk.
Yeah, see how easy it is to run elephants berserk? That being the case, we should probably move Octavian well away from what's going to be happening here. Yeah, I moved Octavian way back.
Elephants ready for
Don't want to get him
battle!
berserked by another elephant unit. But yeah, so now I don't think they'll be able to run me amok, and we'll just watch my Syrian armored elephants continue mopping the floor with these Romans. Come on, pick them up in your trunk. Throw someone. So I do believe that's going to be the end of the Roman resistance. Yeah, let's see. So apparently they must have some units somewhere else. Let's bring up some units just to capture this, and then that'll be the end of this fight. Good job, elephants. Good job. You ROFL stomped in a very wonderful manner there. I can actually just dismount Octavian and capture this victory point here. One of my elephants is riding around in circles there for no apparent
Our
reason.
enemy have lost a victory point.
Alright, so, yep, now fast forwarding. Not a whole lot left. Very close to where we need to be to finish this. They do have these Bastion units. I wonder if that's what's counting as anything that's left. Possibly, but let's just watch this elephant careen gently in circles to end the battle here. If anything, this battle has been entertaining. Maybe not necessarily from the large number of troops involved, but at least just from weird stuff like that. Anyway, so decisive victory. Antioch belongs to Octavian's Rome. Some excellent elephant stomping of the garrison. Some horrible sacrifices on the part of those poor Etruscan hoplites. Maybe that was Rome's revenge, I guess, from the old Samnite Wars. That was terrible. Terribly funny, actually, but... And then we just need to end the turn and I'll have enough naval units. So, just occupy here, and honestly there's no sense in even doing anything other than ending the turn, and we should get to ultimate victory here. Depending on whether or not anybody tries to counterattack me or do anything stupid here. They are not. I don't think any of these factions have the guts to do anything about stopping me from getting the victory. Galatia's going to do some raiding, but that's not going to help. Plus, I think I have well over 100 provinces at this point, so victory's pretty much guaranteed.
My unflinching master.
Oh no, Pontus declared war. So unless they capture like 5 provinces, we should be good. And they ran away. So excellent attempt at defense, or attempt at offense by Pontus, who will no doubt surrender on the next turn anyway. And let's see. Oh, we must still be missing like maybe 1 naval unit. Yep, 1 naval unit is all we need. Let's just make sure that Pontus really isn't able to do anything. Okay. There we go. This will just make sure that even if Pontus or any other faction captures something on the last turn, that it won't matter.
We hunger for battle. Make haste, men.
There we go. So again, just end one more turn. So really nothing that any of my... Ooh, no, actually, let's just retreat, because if I fight and lose some naval units, then I may not have enough. And I know that Antony's Rome won't actually attack me there. Because if I auto-resolved it and lost a bunch of ships, that could throw it into having to wait a whole nother turn, and I just can't wait another turn. It's all yours, Galatia. Merry Christmas from Octavian. Little good it'll do ya. Too little, too late, my friends. Too little, too late. Interwar inside of ally, I suppose. Okay, whatever. Not really worried. All of you are a little bit late to this game. Just run and wet your pants. There's really no need to even try. Just leave. Okay, and that should be it, folks. That is going to be ultimate victory. At least it should be. Really? What's the deal? I don't control I don't control Africa. Well, that's about to change. Now I control Africa.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
Alright, anything else that we're missing? 61 naval units, nope. So now that should technically be ultimate victory, even though I'm just letting that Galatia army get away with whatever it wants. Come on, hurry it up, stinking agents. Come on. Oh, jeez. Gotta be dramatic here, Antony's Rome. Moving around when it does you no good. Just accept it. Yep, all yours again. Alright. Let's see. I don't think any of those other factions can actually really push against me in a fashion that's going to make a big difference.
We see
Pontus
little profit
offering
in
the
further-
peace treaty. Looks like they're running kind of low on money, though, because they weren't paying out nearly as much as they were previously. Come on. Quit moving around so much.
You stand idle.
Come on, ultimate victory. There it is, baby. Alright, folks, well that has been the Octavian campaign. I have to say I did expect slightly more of a video at the end, but hey, at least we got one. I hope you all enjoyed the Octavian's Rome campaign. I know I did. Good time. And a nice victory. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.